Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome tonight to the Ubuntu Press Live. We are so very excited to have you guys here. Again, we are reading 31 days of culturally relevant books and just enjoying ourselves. We're glad that you're coming in. Come on in. If this is your first time, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Bridget Brown Jackson. I am the CEO of Ubuntu Press, and also the co-chair for Kingdom Influence, which is a nonprofit here in Flint, Michigan. And we are hosting the second annual African American Children's Book Festival, and we are so excited to be able to do that. Today is day number 23 of 31 days of culturally affirming books, and we want you to help participate with us. Again, this is day number 23. We're very, very excited, and what we're doing is we're counting down to September the 19th, which from 12 to 3 p.m., we are going to be doing an African American Book Festival virtually. And we have some awesome talent tonight in the building with us. We have one of our youth authors. He is a 10-year-old CEO, and he is phenomenal. When I say this young man is so amazing, look at the smile on my face. I'm just so excited again to have run across him. I follow Dr. George Frazier on all social media platform. A phenomenal financial guru, just awesome Black businessman. And that's how I found Caden's book. And so Caden is with us tonight live. And then we're going to be reading to you tonight an excerpt of Danny Dollar Millionaire Extraordinaire, one of my favorite finds. And we literally at my last school was teaching children economical principles, entrepreneurship, and again, financial stewardship based off of this book. And so we're very, very excited about that. Before we get started, I see we have a couple people that have chimed in. Tracy Robinson Jackson, author extraordinary, Dow creator. She has a YouTube channel for educational videos for young children. She's on tonight and she's saying hi to you, Caden. And so we are so happy to have her. Thank you. Again, if you are on and you're not on the Ubuntu Press page, please make sure you come over to that page because we want to make sure that we're able to show Caden all of the love that you have for him. So I see a lot of people are on. I can see the live, but again, make sure you're on the Ubuntu Press YouTube page because that way he can see your comments, or the Kingdom Influence page. He can see your comments. And so we have a couple people coming in showing you some love. YS Books is saying hi to you, Caden. Courtney Steele is the producer of our theme song, and I'm going to share that with you in just a moment. The Baker kids are tuned in. Caden, you got love all the way from Kalamazoo, Michigan, waiting to show you some things. Imani Brown from Ypsilanti, Ohio, by way of Ypsilanti now, is saying hi to you as well. So let's go real quick. For those that may be your first time, I want to show you what you can win if you register. Here you go. Watch this.
Put your fist up.
Put your fist up.
Put your fist in the air.
Put your fist up.
Yeah. Put your fist up. What we want, what we need, what we deserve. Freedom. Black power, scream it loud.
All right, y'all know I'm here bopping my head. That's my song. And that was produced by Courtney Steele, one of my cousins, and two of my other cousins are on it. They're rapping. Again, Black power is so very important. Black books are so very important. And when I say I fell in love with this book, Danny Dollar, Millionaire Extraordinaire, and the Lemonade Escapade, oh my God. And so we have a special treat, but I'm going to let that surprise out in a little bit. So let me go ahead and get started with reading really quick. If you all will, again, you can share information in the comments if you'd like as we read. Please tell Caden, again, 10-year-old CEO. Please tell him hello. If you not shy, come on and talk. So let me read Danny Dollar Millionaire Extraordinaire. Let me introduce myself. Danny Dollar Millionaire. Yes, you read it right. Millionaire. Okay, I'm not a millionaire yet, but I'm gonna be. And there he is. Yep, this little knucklehead kid is gonna make it big. Not only will I become a millionaire, I've got a plan to do it by the time I'm 21 years old. That's about 10 years from now. And I'll tell you how I'm going to do it in one word: investing. That's right. I said investing. Okay, you might be asking yourself, what the heck is investing? Well, I'll tell you. But a little bit about me. I live in Eastchester section of Bronx, New York, along with my mom, dad, and older sister. I'm not your typical kid. I love music. I really love basketball. But the thing I love the most is, well, money. Now, I know everybody loves money, but not like me. I'm a money maniac. I love money like other kids love candy. I love everything there is to know about money. For example, did you know that the first forms of money were animals like cows? Yep, cows. People would trade cattle and other animals for things that they wanted. That's called bartering. Bartering is when you trade something you have for something you want. Imagine going to the sneaker store and telling the guy behind the counter, "Yo, I'll give you 3 cows for these sneakers." With tax, it comes up to 3 cows and 2 chickens. Dang, that would be crazy. In case you were wondering how I earn the money that I love so much, well, duh, I have a job. Actually, I have a few jobs. I walk Mrs. Gonzalez's dogs before and after school. Cha-ching. I go to the store for Mr. Milton every other day. He's kind of old. Cha-ching. I rake leaves in the fall, shovel snow in the winter, wash cars and mow lawns in the summer. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. You get the picture? By the end of the week, I'm hauling in about $100. That's serious paper for an 11-year-old kid. Every Saturday, I'm off to my favorite place in the world, the bank. Yep, the bank. The people there are crazy cool. As soon as I walk in, the security guard, Mr. Block, always says, "Dollar Dan, the man with the plan." And I say, "Mr. Block, got the bank on lock." I really like that dude. Then I go to the same teller, Mrs. Susan Anthony. She always greets me with, "Good morning, Mr. Dollar." Mr. Dollar. Man, do I like the sound of that. I deposit all I've earned through the week except for $10 that I keep for playing around with me. After Mr. Anthony updates my bank book, I give her a little, Mrs. Anthony, sorry. I give her a little wink. She winks back and it's a wrap. I'm done. I'm almost floating on the way back home thinking about how much money I've saved. And what I'm saving for is awesome. It's big. It's huge. It's colossal. It's part of my goal of becoming a millionaire. Okay, I'll tell you. You know how some kids want to be a big time basketball player? Well, not me. I want to be a big time basketball team owner, just like my idol, Rocky Austin. Mr. Austin started out flipping burgers as a kid, now owns a $1 billion fast food chain called Flipping Burgers, and he owns the Texas Mustangs basketball team too. So now you got it. I want to own a basketball team. That's my dream. How am I going to get enough money to own a basketball team? I told you earlier, investing. And so that's just a part of chapter 1. Come on, give a shout out to Ty Allan Jackson if you like that book. Now, here's a secret that I have. I see some people saying hello. People are saying hello. And somebody says, beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes, a wonderful book. I got a family member, April Clark, shouting out. Hello to everybody. Dominique Moore is on. She has her own business, and I know she's teaching her children entrepreneurship. Thank you for joining us tonight, Dominique. Yes, so great. Our founder of Kingdom Influence is on tonight. He's saying he loves it. So, Caden, you're in the back listening. You reminded me of Danny Dollar. So when I saw your book, oh my God, I had to buy it because you reminded me of a real life Danny Dollar. And so, Caden, I have a surprise for you before you come on to all of the people. Are you ready for your surprise, Caden? I have somebody about to come on and join us. Hi there, Ty Allan Jackson. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
How about
there you go. Yes.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I am like floating on cloud nine. Watching you read that book just like brought so much joy and soul into my heart. You did a fantastic job, first of all. And I can just, feel, the energy of how much you enjoyed reading it. And I can even feel like I see Caden in the background smiling as you're reading it.
Yes, look at him. He's a real life Danny Dollar. So, Caden, I didn't tell you I had a surprise. I reached out to Mr. Jackson. So, I've never talked to him before in person. I've just kind of emailed him and let him know that our school had bought his book, a whole set of them when we were teaching kids. And I said, can you come on tonight and surprise Caden and tell Caden how he's a real life Danny Dollar? Go ahead, Ty. You can talk to him.
Hey, Caden, listen, when I read a little bit about you and I got to see the video with you and your dad, I was so completely in awe by your maturity, by your drive, by your ambition. You are so mature beyond your years. And for you to be an author on top of that, it is just completely mind blowing. I am going to make sure that I got a front row seat as I'm watching you grow and develop and become one of the leading CEOs of your own company and start your own Fortune 500 company, because it is just a matter of time before you go out there and you conquer the financial industry and the financial world. You are a billionaire in the making, and I am honored and privileged to have any connection with you whatsoever. You are beyond a future Danny Dollar. In fact, you are a future Caden, and that's even more important.
All right, so Caden, I'm gonna bring you on so you can talk to Mr. Ty Jackson before we get started with you.
Hi, Mr. Ty Allan.
Hey, Caden, and Caden's
I'm gonna
dad.
move you up here, Caden. There you go.
Okay.
Hey, Caden, you're the center. Look, you're the center of everything.
It's so great to meet you.
You as well. I've read your book, Danny Dollar, and I love it so much.
Oh, that just makes my heart sing. I don't know if you're inspired by Danny Dollar, but I can tell you as the author of Danny Dollar, I'm inspired by you.
Wow.
Thank you.
And Dad, big props up to Dad, because
yes,
as assistant CEO to the big CEO, that you had a tremendous influence on his drive and ambition in becoming the CEO that he is. So big golf clap to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, so we have a couple people talking to you, Ty. Tracy Robinson Jackson, again, she's the author of several children's books. She says, awesome book. It was really great, Bridget. April Clark says, great book, Ty. I mean, it is. It's just, so if you don't have that book, let me tell the audience real quick, before we get into Caden, if you do not have that book, you need to get that book if you have children. Matter of fact, if you're just an adult, you need to learn some common sense financial. I don't want to give the book away, but Danny is so phenomenal. He teaches his parents and his sister. So you want to have that book. Amazing. Ty, we used that book at, again, my last school, and I had from second grade to sixth grade, and they were learning so many principles. The second graders were talking about mortgages and, again, dreams and aspiring. And Caden, I saw a video of you talking about mortgages, telling people mortgage principles and stuff too. So I know you know how to do that as well. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you are so intelligent. So here, I'm going to flip over here to you and move you over for a minute, Ty. You have anything else? I appreciate your time so much for coming on. Guys, I just came up with this brainiac idea last minute and he jumped on. Thank you so much. You're my hero too.
Oh, well, listen, I want to thank you, for on behalf of Caden and his dad, the opportunity for us to be able to talk and connect with people. It really is pretty amazing. So I want to thank you for, allowing us the platform to be able to, express the importance of financial literacy. And Caden's dad, really, we need more amazing relationships to be showcased in a big way to inspire so many young people around the world to not just be CEOs, but also to be great readers and also to be a great family.
Yes.
Obviously, the two of you love each other and support each other very much. And if we had just a fraction of that love that you two are resonating, the world would be so much a better place. So much. I want to thank all of you for this opportunity. And Caden, keep rocking, brother. You're the man.
Well, thank you. If you all do not have the book again, please purchase the book. You can find him. His books are Big Head Books. He has several books out. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh my God. You want to tell him about Super Duper real quick?
So I have a book. It's titled The Super Duper Kid. It's a classic good versus evil superhero story. Actually, I have it right here. And the sequel to it just came out. I thought I had it. Well, we'll take a. So that's right here. They're just two classic good versus evil superhero stories, and especially with the resurgence of Black Panther, to be able to see a black superhero, especially a young black superhero,
yes,
so really important. So so just visit TyAllanJackson.com. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and everything else.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Ty. I appreciate it. You made my night. I know you made Caden's. So thank you so much. You have a good night.
You all have made my night. Thank you so much, Caden. Keep rocking, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ty.
All right. Be well.
All right. So here we are. So, Caden, how did you like that surprise?
I liked it very much.
That's good. I was so excited when he wrote me back and he said yes. And I was like, because I asked him to write a video and I was just going to play the video for you. Then he was like, no, I'll come on. So he came on live just for you. Isn't that amazing? Yes. So you're inspiring adults. And so I'm gonna show something real quick and then I'm gonna grab you all back on. I want the audience, I want you all to be able to see this amazing who this incredible Caden is. Watch this. So Caden says he does not want to work for anybody else. Come on, folks that's out there listening. How did you? Oh, I'm sorry. People saying they couldn't hear the audio. I'm sorry. It must have something happened with the audio. But basically, Sean Harris, And Dad asked Caden about being a CEO. Caden says, I do not want to be working for anybody. And so that is a great philosophy to have. So, Caden, tell what else you said in that video clip. Can you tell them about the $25,000?
I won 20. I went to a pitching event, and I ended up winning $25,000.
Wow. So, Dad, can you explain what Caden did for that $25? Because there's parents that are out there watching and listening, and I shared with them Caden's story that if he could do it, tell about how old he was and what actually happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was 8 years old, and actually we thought we were just going for another vending event to sell some of his products, his books, as well as his financial flashcards. And once we got there, they actually announced to us, said, look, we're having a pitch competition. We've seen him before out there, so we want him in the pitch. So, without preparation, he stays ready, so he's always prepared. So we entered the pitch competition. There were, I think, a total of 19 people. There were only 3 other kids. Everyone else was adults. So he was pitching against adult business owners. And lo and behold, he did take first place on the pitch competition, a total victory. So he won $25,000 as a result. And the funny thing about that is, Bridget, is that he had a teacher. I'm gonna let him tell the story about what a teacher told him 2 weeks prior to that.
Yeah, I was going to play that in a video clip. They said something was wrong with the audio. So yes, tell that, Caden, because I love that story. Oh my God, that was amazing.
There was a teacher who came into our classroom, and she told us that we were going to be talking about careers. And she asked me what career did I want to attend when I was an adult. And I told her that I wanted to continue being a CEO, author, and speaker. And she told me that that is not a career. And I said, yes, it is. And she said, no, it's not. And I'm not going to argue with you.
I know that's right. So Caden was like, I'm not even going to argue about it. I already know. And then 2 weeks later, he won $25,000 up against adults. Caden, come on. Let's give Caden some love. So if you're listening in the comments, in the chat, come on. Let's show him some hand claps. Come on. This is interactive tonight. Let's show Caden's lots of love. Right now, Caden is 10 years old, but he was 8 at the time that happened. Willie Jackson is saying to you, wow, Caden. Natasha Carter, she's an educator as well. She says, congratulations, Caden. That is
and
just
Bridget,
amazing.
One thing too about that, that was the title of his second book. It's called I'm Not Going to Argue With You. And it was a result of what that teacher told him. And a little bit more about that story, she had said that that speaking was not a career. And then the very next kid that went behind Caden said, well, look, I want to be a rapper when I grew up. And she indulged in that idea, thought it was a great idea. So the funny thing about it is that as a teacher, as someone who has the ability to culminate the mind of a child, she said that rapping would be a better career than being a speaker. And, we talked to Caden about that because Caden is not like very athletic, if you will. But he has so much fun. So it's like I can like literally throw him the ball, it'll bounce off his chest, off his head. And he said, Dad, you think I can play? I'm gonna play sports one day. I said, you know what? How about owning the team? Wow. And so that's the kind of mindset that we put in. Yeah. Not just to be a player, but you want to be an owner.
Exactly. So, we're gonna produce, not just consume. Isn't that right, Caden?
Yes.
Yes. You got some more love. Natasha Carter is saying, Caden, I'm so happy you are following your dreams. Keep going. And she was a teacher and she was a school principal. So you got some educators that say, yes, you can, Caden. I'm sorry you had that experience, but I'm glad you proved her wrong. Go ahead. You were going to say something, sweetie?
Yes, something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to come off of the screen and I'm going to let you and your dad talk about what you all do and share about your book and how they can find you, okay? So I'm going to go down. It's your time right now. Enjoy. So to the audience, again, this is Sean and Caden Harris. Phenomenal dad and son, both of them CEOs of their own perspective of businesses, and dad son is following in dad's footsteps. Go ahead. You all have a good time.
All right, thank you. Just a little bit about us. As she said, I'm Sean. This is Caden, or King Caden, as he likes to be referred to. And we actually come from a family of entrepreneurs. My great aunt and uncle actually owned one of the first African American owned hotels here in Atlanta, Georgia, and also owned the first taxi company. So we come from a long lineage of entrepreneurs. Both my parents owned companies growing up, so that's just kind of what I knew. And many of you guys probably like me, where your parents told you to go to school, get good grades, go get a good job, everything will be happily ever after. But my parents gave me the choices. My dad always told me, he said, look, when you graduate from school, either you can go to college, you can get a job, or you can go to the military. And me, I was just a C student, just want to see my way out, never to return. I elected to go to the military. So I went to the United States Air Force, and I had a great time there. But what I knew coming out of there is that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and more importantly, I wanted to be able to pass that lineage down to the next generation as well. So Caden and his sister, they're fourth generation wealth builders. So Caden, you want to share with everybody, why did you get started, how did you get started, and some of the products and services that you do provide?
I got started because I thought it was important to teach kids about money so that they could have choices, so they can purchase what they would like to purchase. And I like to when I started my business because other kids.
Well, tell me, what do you want other kids to learn at your age?
I want other kids to learn about financial literacy so they can own and control.
Mm-hmm. And why is it important to own and control?
So that you can control your own businesses and own your time.
That's one of the big things that's important to us as a family. We like time, and we like to do what? What's some of the things we like to do as a family?
We like to travel.
Mm-hmm.
We like to.
What do you like to do for fun?
I like to travel. I like to play a game called Minecraft. It's a building game where you get to build all types of structures.
Mm-hmm. How many houses have you built on Minecraft?
64.
64. You know your way around every one of them too. That's still amazing to me. Well, let me ask you this. You're 10, now you just turned 10. Why is it important to you to be able to have your own money?
It's important to me to have my own money so that I can have choices, so that I can do what I would like to do.
Mm-hmm. Can you share a little story we had when we went out to eat one time? And you wanted your shrimp? And why it's important to have your own money as a kid? I think you're like 9.
We went to get some wings, and my dad said that he was only paying for some wings, and I said that I wanted some shrimp as well. So I decided to use my own money and buy myself some shrimp.
Yeah, so that's one of the cool things of being able to have your own money as a kid, huh?
Yes.
So let's talk about banking. When we go to the bank, what happens when we go to the bank? You get money from an event, you make some sales, products and services. When we go to the bank, can you kind of walk us through that process of how that looks when we go to the bank? What do I do? What do you do?
We walk up to the counter, and I give the teller my check, and they cash it, and they put the check into my bank account.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, do I help you anymore when we go to the bank?
No.
No, so I'm pretty much just your Uber driver, huh?
Yes.
That's right. So you fill out your own deposit slips, you do your own transaction. I go sit on the couch and let you go to the counter and do your thing, right?
Yes.
And you get us lollipops afterwards, right?
Yes.
And you have your own banker, you have a relationship with your the branch manager. So those are some of the things that we like to convey to kids and for parents that want to create their own business for the children to be able to do that. Tell us about some of your products.
Some of my products is my book titled Caden's Rich Kid Guide, and my book titled I'm Not Going to Argue With You, along with my activity book and some of my financial flashcards.
Tell us how the flashcards work. Let's use one of these since it's not in the package and it's still in the shine. Can you explain how flashcards work?
These are my flashcards that have the word on the front and the definition on the back.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and read that one for us.
This one is cash, money in paper in the form of coins or notes.
Mm-hmm. So just like when I was a kid, and I know schools are kind of getting away from it now because you guys use computers a lot, but when I was a kid, that's what we really learned from our flashcards, mathematics, we learned that way through a flashcard system, and the retention on that still proves successful, that children are able to comprehend much better through flashcards. So with these, you have these on banking, you also have the ones on real estate, and you have the ones on mortgage do's and don'ts. So we think it's important, parents, to be able to teach your kids about financial literacy at an early age. You know, oftentimes we get to the point where it's like, well, are they too young to learn that? Well, think about your children or your grandchildren. Every song on the radio, they know the song, they know the dance beats and everything. And I've seen kids 3 years old that know songs from beginning to end. So it's the same thing with understanding finances and economics. So there's never an age too early. Some of the things we teach people who are raising children to be young entrepreneurs, or just people who want to set their children up for financial success, is I always recommend get your children an LLC. Caden has 2 LLCs. His older sister has 2 LLCs. Now, here's why that's important. By having an LLC at no later than 12 years old, you definitely have an LLC for your children by 12 years old. What this does, it allows them to start building, one, business credit. It also helps them to build personal credit. So by the time they turn 16, if you put them like on your credit cards as authorized users, what you do on your credit will reflect on theirs. And so you start building their credit. So our ideology is, instead of handing our kids keys to cars at 16 years old, which is a depreciating asset, more so a liability than an asset, but according to some people in banks, they would call it a depreciating asset. We hand them the keys to real estate. Both Caden and his sister Kennedy, they already have properties already lined up. They were just going to hand them the keys at 16. But with that comes businesses. So they're able to have a business they can walk into at 16. So imagine for a lot of you guys who went to college, some people may not have been able to participate in sports or pledge for Greek fraternities or sororities, only because they had to work a part-time job in conjunction with going to school as well. So one of the key things we want to do here is to be able to alleviate any extra stress so that the kids can just go to college and just learn without having to focus on the money problems. So if they wanted to participate in extracurricular activities, they can do so. So that's why we think it's important to go ahead and set them up as early as possible. Have them speak the language. Here's a good example. Konnichiwa. Parlez-vous français? Habla español? I just spoke 3 different languages. So if you are in those lands where I spoke those languages, but you don't speak the language, you're going to have a hard time coping. Well, the same holds true for finances. If we don't speak the language of finances in the world of finances, we're not going to do too well. So oftentimes in school, you know, we are compared, our level of success are compared based on our report cards. But here's what I learned, and many of you have learned as well. Once you get out and get in the real world, your report card becomes your financial statement. So that's why we feel that it's super important to teach kids the lingo, the language of finances, of wealth building, more important, generational wealth. So these are some of the things that's really important that we think that it's important to teach kids early. Caden, can you share a little bit what you got here in your activity book?
Yes.
And this is your second one.
Okay. I have some banking things. These are some of the checks and an ID that I have on here.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do with the check? What do you do on the back side of the check?
You have to write your signature on the back side of the check.
Mm-hmm. And over here, even though I know we are more of a cashless society, but over here, you teach them how to write checks and everything, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's just a lot of different things there. You want to read some of the tips from your other book?
Yeah.
Let's read some helpful tips that I think will help.
Okay. These are 10 rich tips. Always carry money in the business card in your pocket. I learned this tip from my dad. He would always say never leave home without money because an emergency could happen. Always, you never know who you may meet. Don't procrastinate. When you do, you miss out on opportunities and someone else could be walking away with your money. Choose a day out of the week that you won't spend any money. Also, don't overspend the day before or the day after. This will help with budgeting and discipline. And make sure to check your accounts daily. This ensures you don't have any fraudulent activities and that you always have enough funds. Also, learn to negotiate. There's always a deal to make. Just like sometimes I'll negotiate with my mom so that I could have an extra few minutes to stay up, such as bringing her a cup of water or anything like that. And don't feel like you must buy something at every event you attend. There are sometimes I attend concerts, plays, and other events. I usually bring a snack in my pocket. Therefore, I save money by not buying snacks. If you have a business, separate your business money from your personal money, as I do as well. Money is never a good thing in business. Create a list of assets and liabilities. This will remind you what's putting money in your pocket and what's taking money out of your pocket. Invest in education such as purchasing books and courses because they have everything else you need to take care of your future in life. Associate with people who are where you want to be financially, who can't get sound advice from people who haven't achieved what your goals are. And if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
That's right. And let me make a little modification for one thing you said, where you said money is never a good thing in business. Commingling money is never a good thing in business. And can you explain what commingling is?
Commingling is
when you use your personal money to run your business, or you run your business money to run your personal. So I always want to make sure we keep those separate in different accounts, right?
Yeah.
So you have separate money that you use after you do an event that you can use for your personal business. And then you also know that you have set aside that we reinvest into your business, right? We also do savings, and you also have some investments that you do. Do you think that kids should invest?
Yes, I do.
What's some of the investments you have? Do you know what's some of the companies that you invest in?
Some of the companies that I invest in are things like Louis Vuitton.
Mm-hmm.
I also invest in
one of the big ones. Number one, we just had a split. Apple and with your favorite car. And you also have some Delta stock.
Yeah.
So just different various stocks. And not that we're giving out stock advice or whatever. That's just your personal, some things in your personal portfolio. Let's see. You want to talk a little bit about the TV show that you did and how that came about?
Yeah. I was on a TV. Well, one day I was at an event and I was feeling horrible. And a lady walked up to my table and she bought all of my products. And a few weeks later, she emailed me so that we could have a meeting. And in the meeting, she gave me some great news. She invited me onto her TV show, American Funding. And we even collaborated and created some flashcards on mortgage do's and don'ts.
Mm-hmm. So you were on there for what, like 6 episodes, huh?
Yes.
And it aired on Fox TV. That's pretty cool. Well, in closing, I just want to share with you guys, particularly people that look like us. It's super important that we teach our kids about finances. We teach about building legacies. Because it's one thing we create income for ourselves, our generations, but we want to be able to bless our children's children. And one of the ways of doing that, as we said, is financial literacy, understanding economics, understanding business ownership. Now, understanding business ownership, entrepreneurship may not be for everyone, but having multiple sources of income is for everyone. So whatever you do for a profession, if you love that, continue pursuing that, but also have different options. Just in the event, what I call the X out factor. If you, for example, you're head of a household or just a member of the family that's contributing financially, if something happened to you and you were X out of the equation, you have to ask yourself what just happened to your family financially. So that's one of the reasons why we stress finances, business ownership, and economics to the kids. They still have childhoods, regular childhoods. A lot of people say, well, did they ever get to be kids? And absolutely. Right before we came on, Kate and I just had a WW match in the bedroom. We had a big pillow fight, which we're going to continue here in just a few minutes after we finish with you guys. So we have a ton of fun. As a matter of fact, we're getting on the road tomorrow, heading down to Florida, get a little beach time. And so we do a lot of cool things. What's some of the places we've traveled to?
We've traveled to Costa Rica, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Colombia.
Mm-hmm. Colombia, that was a pretty cool trip. What did we do in Colombia that was a little extra special?
For my first time, we rode jet ski, and guess what? We went to our own personal island, and we had an amazing chef. She made the best food.
Yes, she did. And that's one of the cool things, too. Not to be, don't want to try to sound impressive or whatever, but those are some of the cool things we do is to be able to expose them to world, global travel, and to be able to rent out an island. Because what that does, it shows them the rewards of the hard work that we do as a family, as a collective, and running all of our companies. So anything we can do to help you guys, please reach out. Caden, can you tell everybody how to get in contact with you?
You can reach me at my website, cadenteaches.com.
Okay. And social medias?
You can also go to my Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all at Caden Teaches.
Awesome. And guys, I'm Sean Harris. I get the pleasure of being this kid's dad. We have so much fun. If you guys want to reach out to me, I can be found at SeanJHarris.com. That's SEAN, the letter J, Harris.com. And also GenWealthAcademy.com. There I have, I've written 29 books on business development and finances. So if you guys want to reach out, please feel free. Bridget, we had an honor being able to share the platform here. We thank you so much for just giving us a little time just to share a little bit with you guys and your audience.
We were so happy to have you guys. Oh my God. Caden, I was trying to type fast to say, I am just going to vicariously live through you. That's just what I'm going to do. You are so amazing. And like I said, it's so happy to finally meet you face to face. And I've been talking to your mom. I can't wait till you actually can travel here and visit us in Flint, Michigan, and talk to some of the children here and to inspire them. Because I don't know if, Caden, you know what all happened here in our city when the children were poisoned. Literally, the city was poisoned. And so some of the children are still experiencing different things. But again, listening to you, they can inspire themselves to, I can do whatever I want to do at 8 years old, $25,000 to put into your business. Caden, I need to talk to you when we get off of here. You're still getting some love, Caden. Look at this from Dolores Flynn. She said, I absolutely love this. Dad is yes. Aren't they amazing? Dolores Flynn, they have a nonprofit here in Flint, Michigan. They have several businesses. One of them is a school. And I used to be the principal at the school. And again, you know, just financial literacy. That's what they're all about. And so I'm quite sure you're going to be getting some people connecting with you, Caden. Teresa Baker, she's an author, entrepreneur, just phenomenal CEO out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. She says this is awesome. So yes, her children were watching with her tonight as well. April Clark is saying wonderful family. It's just dynamic. Sean, you have done an amazing job. Caden, we're so happy to know you. And Willie Jackson, that's my husband, Caden. He's saying we thank you and Sean. Thank Sean and Caden for all your knowledge. Just beautiful. We started a nonprofit last year, and one of the things that we're trying to do here in the city of Flint, Michigan, is put home libraries in the homes of children that cannot afford to have them. And then another piece, Sean, and we're going to be talking soon, is getting financial literacy. So we have 3 legs to our nonprofit, but we're starting off with the education and literacy first. And then we're going into financial and health and wellness. And so making sure that, again, we can mitigate some of this stuff that has happened here in Flint, Michigan. And Caden and Sean, we have just really enjoyed you tonight. Last words, we have a comment from Tracy Robinson Jackson. Again, she's an author too as well. She says, beautiful family. This is awesome. Absolutely inspiring. And so we love it. So Caden, we had a lot of people chiming in and everything tonight. And so what I was going to do was give away one of my books. Oh, I should have had it up here. So this was my first baby, Caden, Panther in the Sky. And Panther in the Sky, for anybody just listening does not know, it's a tribute to the Black Panther Party. My uncle was a Black Panther. He was killed in 1969. And his last words, Caden, to my mother changed my life. Because I wasn't doing kind of like some of the things that I should have been doing with my life. And I dropped out of college, Caden. And then my mom told me my uncle's story. And he said he was doing what he was doing to change my life. So I changed my life and became an educator. And then when I started my first year, I wrote this book, but it got messed up. So I didn't write it. I didn't get it published until 2019. And so I'm going to give away Panther in the Sky tonight. So Katie, can you help me? Can you pick a number for me from 1 to 15? And we'll do the number above or below if it's somebody, if it ends up being my husband. So we're going to do the comment. So I went all the way back up the thread to the first comment. So pick a number between 1 and 15.
7.
7. He said 7. So we're going to go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. The 7th person to comment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. The 7th person to comment was Caleb Duckworth. He's a teenager here in Mount Morris, Michigan. And so he already has one because he helped me illustrate my second book, which is for Black veterans. It's a tribute to Black veterans. It's called Purple Heart Highway. My grandfather was a Purple Heart recipient, Katie, and I didn't know it until I went to his funeral. Everybody else knew it. I don't know how I didn't know that. And I talked to my granddaddy about everything. But anyways, I wrote a book after he died to honor him. So Caleb doesn't need one. So you want to go up or down? 1 up or 1 down?
1 up.
Oh, you know what? The same person comment up and down. So this person does not have the book. So Courtney Steele actually is the person who helped promote, do the soundtrack for our promo and commercial. So we're going to send him one of the Panther in the Sky books, and he can donate it to whoever he wants to give it to. So thank you, Caden, for helping us pick our winner tonight. I appreciate it. All right. So any last words you or Dad have that you want to say? Again, thank you for your time. I know it's kind of late, but oh my God, just amazing. If you don't have Caden's book, you need to get this book in your library.
Miss Bridget.
Uh-huh.
If you would, anyone that you decide to pick, I want to also offer my book as a gift. This is book number 28. It's called Why It's Critical for Black Families to Make Money. So in this book, we talk about a lot of the things we do with the kids as far as how we raise them, talk about taxes, health and wealth, you name it. Everything. I put everything except the kitchen sink in this one. So,
all right. So do you want to do somebody that's registered for the book festival? They might not be online, or do you want to do somebody that's online tonight?
We can do someone online, either or. Doesn't matter.
Somebody that's online. Okay, I'm gonna pick a number, then go to that comment too. So if we did 1 through 15, I'll go above 15. So the 17th, he did 7. You did 7, right? Was that your number?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do 17. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, it was my husband. So we're going to pick another number. So tell me to go up 1 or 2.
You pick.
1.
You pick 1. Okay. All right. That person, number 16, is Dominique Moore. So Dominique, if you're still on, can you make a comment for us? Dominique lives here in Michigan. Again, her children, she has her own business. She's an entrepreneur. Dominique, if you're on, would you make a comment so we know that you're on? And we're going to get that book to you. Yes. So you want to show it again, Sean? Oh my God. We got to get some of those on our website. Yes. We need financial help. Wonderful. Mrs. Flynn said, oh, that's to me. Thank you, Mrs. Jackson. I thought she was saying, thank you, Caden. Good work. All righty. Again, Tracy Robinson Jackson said, beautiful family. Love this. So we love this. We're sorry, guys. We had you on a little bit later tonight than typical here. Tracy is Dominique's mom. She says, congrats, Dominique. Her mom is on. We know you're on, Tracy. I don't know if Dominique was putting the kids to bed or not. She has one that just started school and everything. Miss Flynn says she needs that book. I'm quite sure they're going to reach out to you, Sean. Again, the school here is Eagles Nest Academy. Wonderful, wonderful school. Teaches Afrocentric principles. So we teach Kwanzaa principles there. So the not just teaching it at Christmas time or at Kwanzaa time, but teaching it all throughout the year. And so financial literacy is one of the pillars for the school. So I'm quite sure that you're going to be linked up. And so again, we had such a great evening tonight. April saying congratulations to who won. Natasha saying congratulations to the winner. So we're so very, very happy to have had you guys on tonight. Thank you so much. And then we'll connect after we get off. You can send me the information. I'll send you the winner's information. Thank you, Caden. And I can't wait for the book festival. Caden, are you excited about the book festival?
Yes.
I know I am. It's day number 23 of the 31 days of reading. And then day number 32, we are going to actually have the program. So it's September 19th from 12 to 3 p.m. Caden is going to be on again, sharing his book and just sharing some information with some awesome, wonderful authors. We have authors from all around the country. So we can't wait to have you back on, Caden. And we're going to keep this relationship going, all right? Because I want you to help inspire my 6-year-old grandson, Carter. Okay. All right. Thank you, buddy. You have a good night. Sean, thank you so much. Please tell the wife we said thank her. We appreciate it. I know she does a lot of stuff behind the scenes to help you all be phenomenal CEOs. I'm so glad that God linked us together, and we're going to be forever linked. And I just appreciate all what you all are doing for people all across the country. This is so needful at a time like this. So thank you guys. I'm gonna let you have the last words, Cadence. Go ahead. You can say good night, and then I'm gonna show them the promo real quick.
Good night, everyone, and make sure to check out my website at cadenteaches.com and my Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all at Caden Teaches.
Yes. All right. Well, everyone have a good night. And we're going to end off of watching our promo so you can see what you can win. Please make sure you are coming on so that you can win. We're giving over $500 worth of books.
Put your fist up.
Put your fist up.
Put your fist in the air.
Put your fist up.